So now we're aboard the AREY'S Pond Wooden 14. I've freshened up my coffee, and I wanted to point out this boat for two reasons. First of all, since we're custom wooden boat builders, we can build our 14 in wood, which is outlined on our website. The custom wooden 14 could be built plank on frame, but generally it's wood composite with frames or without. And then the traditional spruce spars with the carbon mast option. The details on this boat are obviously all traditional wood, but I wanted to point it out because if we do build the traditional fiberglass 14, which shows the bench seats, teak floorboards, and enclosed centerboard trunk, with, instead of the laminated wooden, in this case teak coaming, it's our standard fiberglass coaming with wood laminate on the outside and a teak coaming cap or mahogany cap on top. So that's the only real difference, is the coaming detail between this boat and the fiberglass version. But there are people who prefer, and we're very grateful for it, wooden boats. And so we've built 3 of these over the years. This is number 2, or sorry, number 2. And that's number 1. That was built almost 20 years ago. Sweet Journey, and they're both in excellent shape. The 3rd one we built for a yacht that is traveling around the world, and the boat is currently in New Guinea and sailing. So again, just wanted to point out the fact that the traditional fiberglass 14 fits out very much like the wooden 14. The options that you see on this boat are the motor bracket and Tatsu outboard, the main sheet system with the Reineke bronze block and cam cleat for the centerboard. Otherwise, it's pretty standard here as far as building a wooden one. Those would be the only options that jump right out at me. These could be, like I said, in earlier boats, or on the other boats, these could be bronze. So the base price on the wooden version of our 14-foot catboat starts at $40. And again, all the details are on our website. And you scroll down and you'll see the options you can add to it. Hi, and welcome aboard the AREY'S Pond 14 racing model. I'd like to point out the differences in this boat in comparison to the club, the traditional, and the wooden boat. We'll start with the rails. The racing model comes with mahogany rails, and we can finish it whatever way you'd like, either sea-tall or varnish. Typically the varnish is the most popular. The racing model comes with bronze hardware. The club model is all stainless. The racing model comes with the coaming cap in mahogany or an upgrade to teak. In both models we can do the inner laminated wood on the inside. They're both, either way, with or without wood, it's a very comfortable seat if you wanted to hike out or hang out. The big difference between the AREY'S and, as pointed out in other videos on the 14s, is that we have a molded fiberglass coaming, so it sheds water and you don't have a wood to fiberglass joint that can create a maintenance issue. The next difference that I like to show you is on the traditional and wood, the cockpit sole has teak floorboards butting up to a solid centerboard trunk in teak or mahogany. So this is hand laid glass butting up to the flotation tanks, which are in all 3 models. These flotation tanks Here they're almost 7 feet long, and the boat, if it were full of water, this coaming would be out of the water and the boat floats almost level. The other big difference is we recommend on the traditional and wooden boat that you go with wood spars. It's a nice way to finish it off. And on the club and racing, we include all gripped carbon fiber mast and boom and gaff in aluminum. So this boat just got in from a sail, and then we just got hit with a rainstorm, and now we're going to haul her out. She doesn't have bottom paint on it, so it's sailed just on weekends, and we'll move on to the next boat. The big advantage of this virtual boat show is when we go to a traditional boat show and set up, we can really only afford to bring 2 boats. So today, if there's any confusion, and those of you who are watching or are interested in the AREY'S Pond 14, we can really clarify the differences in each model. So on the website, you see the wooden boat, you see the traditional 14, you see the racing cat, you see the club model, and then at the end of the 14 video coming up, you're gonna view the newest of the AREY'S Pond boats, the 14 designs. And we're gonna introduce that boat in 2021. It's a wooden model, but hang tight, you'll see that at the end. But right now I wanna clarify the differences. As the video started off, you had we showed you the wooden 14 down in the water. We're going to show you the traditional, but right here we just hauled out this club model, and it's distinctively different to try to keep the base price down. When we say club, we'd love to see it as part of a group of boats, 5 or more, for kids or adult program, or a combination of both at a yacht club or a boating association. But this club model is club/racing. When we use the term racing, we're only meaning that we're taking weight out of the boat. So the traditional 14 has wood spars and a lot of teak trim, so that's weight. So in light air, you're not going to be quite as fast as a boat like this one, which has very little wood on it, and includes the carbon spars, the aluminum boom and gaff, our new custom gaff saddle, leather to protect the carbon. We have all stainless hardware, okay? That's to help keep the base price down. So we have stainless bow chocks and cleats complemented with the Harkin hardware. We have a rub rail. This boat has just been hauled out from a summer of sailing. It's new this year. So then the first thing that jumps right out is on our coaming, which we're very proud of, because it's the only catboat on the market with a fiberglass coaming, or I should say the only small catboat, say 16 feet and under, that has a fiberglass coaming that is plenty strong enough to sit on and hike out on. And we usually cap it with wood, but we don't have to. And so in the club model, again, to get the base price down, to eliminate maintenance, for those of you just don't have the time to take care of the wood and just want a simple but elegant 14-foot catboat, this might be the boat for you. We do trim out the centerboard trunk. Here it's with mahogany with 9 coats of varnish. It could be natural teak. The rest of the details are very similar to the other 14s we've shown you. This one though has the canvas cushions versus the wooden bench seats. If you take a look, this is our trailer. The Tidewater trailer is the model we use for the 14s. And they are on our option sheet. This boat has just the sail cover, and as you come around you'll see it has a bilge pump set up. So the owner, in this case, didn't want the full cockpit cover because he didn't have a lot of wood that he had to protect, and so he could get in and out of the boat easily in the dinghy without a cover, but if it did rain, he has the bilge pump option. So just to clarify, when you look at our website, you'll see the traditional 14 in fiberglass, the wooden 14, which we show you, and the racing 14, which does have wood rails and a wood coaming cap and either teak, wood seats, teak or mahogany, or cushions. And then we have the wooden 14. And then next year we'll introduce the 2021 AREY'S Pond 14. As I said earlier, this design started in 1973, so we're going on to the fourth edition of the AREY'S Pond 14. So if you come inside here to Signet Lane Finish Shop, this is where we'll put the smaller boats in to do finish detailing. This is Sweet. It's been on the vineyard for the last 9 years, and she's in for her put away for the winter, getting her varnish work done. But I want you to see that this is the traditional model with the natural teak floorboards, varnished trim, varnished inner coaming option. That's the inner coaming option, the varnished seats, natural teak centerboard, and floorboards. We also have been talking about our travel racks, and here they are to lay the spars down. I'd like to introduce you to our newest version of the AREY'S Pond 14-foot catboat, built by Leslie, and mostly all by Leslie, designed by myself and Bill Nash, and launched. We built her over the winter of 2019 and launched at the end of June of this year, 2020. So it's a cold molded boat, strip planked and then covered in 6-ounce cloth. She's built ultra light to be really fast. You're looking at her now at the end of a very successful racing season on Pleasant Bay, where she took first at the Namaquoit Sailing Association, and she got a 3rd overall out of 8 or 9 races at the Chatham Yacht Club on August 1st. On the Navionics app, we had her at 13 knots. The hull was planing. So from about here forward was out of the water. One person on board at about 200 pounds. And very excited. You'll see it in the videos that we have. It's not the actual event where we had her full sail and gusting 18 and getting the 14 knots, but the videos do show how quick she is. The principles of the catboat are all the same with the AREY'S Pond 14. She's not quite the full 7-foot beam, but she's 14 feet 2 inches overall. Same size cockpit. The seat arrangement is a little smaller on this boat. This is a prototype. We're going to introduce the model in 2021 boat shows as a new boat product, and the seats will be offered a little bit longer so you can comfortably get 4 people in it and continue to sail it as a day sailor, as a family boat. But this one, being the wooden model and a one-off, she's tripped out with all the racing gear, tiller extender, allowing you to get your body weight right amidship. going to weather. The centerboard is adjustable with an up-down lever right on the stern end of the trunk. We have a rudder that Bill Nash designed, and is very common on day sailors, but on the Catboat, it being the design that it is, and I'll show you in a minute, it reduces the weather helm dramatically, and so you have less drag and gain more boat speed. So let me demonstrate. We have the controls here and a cam cleat for in shallow water. She'll sail with the board up, and then when we get back into deeper water, and off we go. We put a varnished transom on the boat, so to distinguish the fact that it is all wood. We have these custom cushions that Jeff made in the canvas shop that are nice for sitting on in a hiking out situation. You can use either the hiking straps here on the inside, or you can lock your feet in underneath the design of the centerboard trunk. So imagine that my hand being your feet, and you can lock under there, or if you need to extend out more, you can lock under here. Peak halyard and throat halyard are underneath the support thwart there, amidships. So looking up at the rig, it's all very traditional. We use more modern blocks to get the most out of our purchases. This was designed and developed by our lead head rigger, Matt Dooley. It's actually quite ingenious in how he got it all to peak as well as it does. So I'm going to demonstrate now our hinge. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to de-rig the boat so we can get on to the next race over the road in our trailer setup with the truck. So I've got this partially already down for the head stay, undone for the head stay. You can have a turnbuckle, but this is great because you can tension it depending on the wind of the day you're going out. And then we're going to loosen the peak and the throat halyard when we're ready. So I'm going to go back and release the throat halyard. Give myself plenty of slack. Now that I've released the head stay, got slack in the throat halyard and peak halyard, we're ready to unstep the mast so we can head to the next race. So there we go. Nothing like carbon fiber, even on a catboat. It sure comes in handy. This is all of maybe 6 pounds. So we typically would have a little travel rack that we lay the sand into and lash everything down, and off we go. But this is the end of the season for this boat, and so it's going to go back in the shop for finish work and a paint job and get her ready to debut as the 2021 model of the new AREY'S Pond 14. Thank you very much, and on to the next. Oh, nice. Nice.
Woo!